right, and welcome back to this Friday with me, Betty. And so it's now time to get to the good stuff. Of course, we have Willis Ocheng on standby for Which is Which. Let's get started. Without further ado, let's bring in our English master, pronunciation master. Willis, it's great to see you coming to us live and direct from Kisii County. Wambaje, how are you? How was the week, Willis? Talk to us about that before we get to it.
The week has been great. And you know, Betty, once you are in Kisii County, you'd enjoy a lot because almost everything flows so nicely because of the good weather. Sometimes it's a bit cold, but that is a blessing because the rains are always here. But Betty, how is Nairobi?
Well, Nairobi is good. I don't know if everything is flowing nicely because we've had a lot of rains and there's a lot of floods on the road. So things are not flowing very, very nicely. But at least I'm happy that for you it is. It's always great to see you, Willis. And you know what? I missed you last week. We all missed you last week. So let's try and recover, you know, the time that we lost last week, not having you join us in Kisumu. So let's get straight to it.
Definitely.
Okay, so Willis, I have the first word, and this will I'll spell it out because I don't think most of us actually know how to pronounce it. So it's A-L-I-A-S. Is it Betty Alias Kinanda, or how do we say that word? How do you pronounce that word?
Betty, many people innocently say Alias. Alias Wanugu, Betty Alias so-and-so, but you don't say Alias, you say alias. Alias so-and-so. When we speak about standard English, you don't talk of alias. There are certain pronunciations which sound normal locally, but they are wrong. So you say alias.
Alias. Alias it is, Willis. I don't know why you chose to use one.
Yes.
Okay, Willis. Interesting. So it's alias. It's Betty alias something. All right, got it, Willis.
Yes.
Okay, Willis. Moving on to this other one. Let me spell it out. D-A-I-S. You know, a place where, you know, if you're a speaker, you stand, and you're a performer, you stand to, you know, to say something or, do something, you're out of something. So D-A-I-S, Willis. How do we pronounce it? Dais. Welcome to the dais.
Dais. Common but wrong, Betty. I know many people will be surprised about this, but you say the days, to stand on the days, or to sit at the days, not dais that we commonly hear around us and innocently use even in serious or important communication. You say days, the days.
Okay, so Willis, if I'm getting you right, so it's not days, it's day. The S is not pronounced, is not, you don't say, pronounce the S, so it's days?
No,
okay.
You pronounce, that S is pronounced. You say days, days. It's different from the plural of day. The plural of day, that plural S takes what we call the voiced sound Z, days of the week, days of the week. But this one, days. Days.
Okay. Got it, Willis. Okay, that's a surprise. That one also caught me off guard.
Cool.
I know a lot of us actually mispronounced that one.
That's cool now.
Thanks, Willis, for that. Okay, the last word I have for you tonight, Willis, is L-I-A-I-S-E. So do you say lias? Let me lias with Alana, and then we can see how the plans are. Is that the right way to use that word in the sentence in terms of pronunciation?
Lias? No. You say liaise, to liaise with somebody, not to liars that we commonly use locally. But Betty, I wish to repeat something and emphasize it very strongly that we could do better if education systems in the world laid enough emphasis on pronunciation with proper and simplified information so that people could just know which is which. But now we have to help ourselves using research and wide reading. But if we had it in the education systems in the world, things would be very easy with English pronunciation. So you say liaise, not liars.
Okay.
Days, not dias.
Okay.
And alias, not alias, Betty.
Thank you, Willis, for that. I think probably most of us would have gotten the 3 wrong. So, Willis, let's go to your collection. What are people asking you online? I mean, I know there's a lot of interaction there.
Yes. There is a lot this week and last week, Betty, and we'll try to cover them as fast as we can. Now, to begin with, we say festive season. Festive season, not fay. Festive season sounds unique, but it's wrong. You simply say fes, not face.
Okay.
Festive season. Then you talk of Christmas. Christmas, not Christmas. Then lastly, you also say something, Betty, I know that would really amuse you.
Actually, Solana here was laughing about it.
Christmas.
Christmas.
It happens, Betty, but as I always say, nobody in this world is perfect. We all try, but sometimes we make mistakes without knowing when it comes to English pronunciations or any pronunciation of a target or second language. Now, we have Mbai Stephen of Nairobi. Mbai Stephen Mbai of Nairobi, you say Magi, manger, ululation, you can also say allulation, and then the last word, ma. Then we have Sean Bingi of Kampala, Uganda. You say jeopardize. To jeopardize, not to jeopardize. Jeopardize, common but wrong. You also say jeopardy because that O is silent. Then we have Emily Anyang of Kisumu, boutique. Boutique. Betty, have you heard somebody talking of boutique? I'm going to the boutique.
Yes. I mean, isn't that the right pronunciation?
But wrong.
Okay.
It's wrong, Betty. You say boo. Boutique. Boutique, not boutique. Yes, at Briti Rotich of Kitale. Yes, Betty, better the surprises that are accurate or correct than the normal sounding inaccuracies.
Got you.
You get me on that?
Yes, absolutely.
At Briti Rotich of Kitale, you say charade. Charade, not charade, not carried. Then you say champagne. Champagne, don't say champagne and don't say champagne. And Betty, don't laugh on that. Champagne, don't say that. You simply say champagne. Then we have Charlotte, and lastly, chauvinist or chauvinism. Then Chantel Samara. Chantel Samara, you say stomach, not stomach that we see. Stomach. Then you have a very long blend. Now, Betty, this one people have to listen carefully. There's a blend coming up. 45 letters. You say pneumono-ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. Pneumono-ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. That is a 45-letter blend that simply means silicosis, that infection of the lungs. Now, Jeremiah Kamau of Nairobi, you say O and threshold. Threshold. Don't say threshold. Threshold. Then some Betty and Prince Braylon Omwenga of Kisii. Your first word is still. Still, S-T-I-L-L. Still, not steal. Still is the pronunciation of S-T-E-A-L, Kuiba, and Chuma, S-T-E-E-L.
Yeah.
So, S-T-E-A-L and S-T-E-E-L are homophones, and you pronounce them with a long sound E. Steel.
Steel.
The first one, still. And thank you so much, Sam, Betty, and Prince Braylon Omwenga of Kisii for being very keen on this show. Ancestor at Masina or Masena of Kitugum. You say dissect. To dissect, you can also say dissect. Dissect and dissect are alternatives for that word. Maina Enoch. Maina Enoch, you say bag, don't say bag. Betty, have you had somebody talking about get me my bags instead of get me my bags?
It's called swag. It's called swag, you know.
Yes.
People even say, oh my God.
In the correct wording, you say twanging, to speak with that twanging sound. But locally we say twang, or when somebody wants to sound unique. So instead of simply saying bag, somebody says bag. But when you say bag, ni kuomba. Bag, mfuko. You get where good pronunciation helps in delivering the intended message?
Yes, absolutely.
Good. Now, we have at Ngesa Philip of Nairobi, you say hair for H-A-R-E, hair. But the next word, you say air. That H is silent. H-E-I-R, air. So, we have Betty, people who have really been with us for this year. That is Joe Cool, Borusei 1, Peter Omobisa, Sami Mwada, Judy Nyambura, Bethel Mwaura, Dr. W. Saula, Penny Amoyo, Yusuf Galmogle. Then we have Sylvester Koros, Zach Mainga, Wakili Jesse Kihoro, Wesley Cheruyot, Natasha Ali, Titus Bravo, and Nathan Ngetich, plus one great lady here called, that is Kathy Chepko. If you like, Kate Melly. Keep it up because next year you'll love it on TV47. Otherwise, Betty, I think I should now go to that word which is being tested.
Absolutely.
For the tongues.
Hey, that one.
Yes, Betty, this one. Can you try it?
I want Alana to try. I'm here with Alana. Alana, you want to try? Okay, give it a shot.
Ombudsman.
Yes. Have you heard it?
That is a great try. The only thing is that S takes the sound Z.
Oh.
Ombudsman. Ombudsman. And we are talking about an official who normally examines
Yes.
and reports on complaints from ordinary people against companies, the government, or public officers. An ombudsman.
Ombudsman. Okay.
Not
Yeah.
ombudsman, the
Got
way
you.
sometimes you may hear it.
Okay.
Then we come to our surprise word for tonight, Betty, and it's right here. This word, very common,
Yeah.
but many people end up saying circuit.
Okay.
Circuit, no, not in English. You say circuit.
Wow.
Circuit, not circuit. And Betty, this season, many people are buying biscuits. But you may hear somebody walking into a supermarket, and then the person talks loudly and says, "Get me some biscuits. Who is working here? Get me some biscuits." You get the way I'm talking, Betty?
I can hear
Who is working here? Get me some biscuits. We don't have biscuits in English.
It's
You simply
biscuits.
say biscuits.
Okay.
Biscuits. Otherwise, Betty, for those who would wish to interact with us, they always have to go to my X handle, and that is at Willis Ochieng 1. At Willis Ochieng 1, you'll just send the word. You can also talk about at Betty M. Kialo. You can talk to us using that or sending in a word, if not the great TV station of the moment. And that is at TV47 News, and you love it. But Betty, do you know what?
Tell me.
As we finish the year, the
Yeah.
man who has been making things to work very nicely from this end
Yeah.
is none other than Kombo Alfayo. And I wish to request today our producer to just allow me to show
Yes.
our dear viewers the man who makes everything succeed from this end. And he's right here, a young man who is very tough when it comes to his work.
I love
And
it.
if you want to listen to some good Kiswahili, Betty, you'll love it. Kombo, wewe sasa lazima nionyeshe watu wewe ni yule mtu ambaye unafanya kazi poa, sio?
Oh,
Kwa
amazing.
sababu TV47 na Radio 47 huwa kali. Kwa hivyo Betty, umemwona?
Nimemwona, tulikuwa naye Kisumu. Nimemwona kabisa.
Jamaa huchapa kazi mbaya mbovu. Wacha nikwambie sasa kwa Kiswahili. Yeye huchapa kazi mbaya mbovu. Dear viewers, this guy will be there with us next year and will be doing that great work when we are led by none other than the one and only Betty Kialo. From us, we say Merry Christmas and
Absolutely.
Happy New Year. Betty, it's back to you.
Thank you so much, Willis. It has been an absolute pleasure, of course, listening to you today. And since we started this Friday, when we started earlier in the year, I really salute you and I thank you for, you know, being strong and always bringing the great energy to the show. I really appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you. And of course, Kombo. And Willis, I have to give it to you. Thank you for appreciating him. You know, the people who are always behind the camera, making sure that we look good, we look fly, the camera angles are good. I can see I have Jemo here on the other side. So I bless you. Thank you so much, Willis and Kombo, for great productions from Kisii County. All right, so that has been Willis Ochieng joining us from Kisii, and of course we'll cross the year with him still with us right here on TV47. So without further ado, I want also to speak to one lovely lady here in studio, Alana.